Hello and welcome back to the channel, Lords and Ladies. It's a pleasure to be back with you, continuing our Game of Thrones series. You're watching episode 16, and I am your mighty liege lord, the Godless Gamer. Let's have some more fun today. We're at a very interesting point in the campaign. We just took control of another ruler, and we're still kind of in the process of dealing with things, managing the situation. We just took the throne maybe like a year ago. We didn't have a lot of time. We didn't have a lot of time at the end of the last episode to kind of manage things. There's still some things that I want to take care of. I've got a hunt planned for us because I would like to relieve some of this stress. We don't want to have a mental break. That would not be good. And I would also like to get rid of a Liberty faction that I realized existed between the episodes. So I really want to nip this Liberty faction in the bud before we start doing any of the things that I would like to do this episode. And one of the more important things that I would like to do, one of the fun things that we've kind of had a dry spell, we haven't gotten any conquest, and I would like to change that. We want to start conquering things, growing our power. There's room for growth for us because we have a higher domain limit than my dad did, so we have room to grow. And it's going to be fun to start conquering things, getting more powerful. Remember, guys, we are vying for the ultimate goal and the ultimate objective of becoming the King of the Seven Kingdoms, or the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. And in order to do that, we have to get stronger. The current Lord of the Seven Kingdoms has almost 200,000 men, which is pretty impressive. But we can match those numbers if we play our cards right, if we play the Game of Thrones right, and if we make good decisions. Conquest is involved in that, so let's get some more. This episode, guys, we're going to get back to getting Conquest. I can't wait. Let's unpause. We have some spam to get through, and we're going to quickly get through this hunt, because I don't want to get too distracted by this hunt. I have a lot of things that I want to do. One of the more important things... Quickly, guys, sorry. One of the very important things that I want to keep an eye on is my wife getting pregnant. Now, we're running out of time here. Lords and ladies, we are running out of time. She's got 4 more years, or maybe... actually more realistically, like 3.5 years or less than 4 years until she's no longer going to bear me children. So I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm doing everything that I can do. We're going to romance her. And I know I'm going to be cutting it close. It's going to take some time to get this romance scheme, and time is not on our side. But remember, at the end of romance schemes, if they are successful, you guys have sex with each other. So maybe she'll just get pregnant at the end of the scheme. You never know. So we're doing everything we can. We're running out of time. If she doesn't give me another son that's more impressive than this one, we're going to get my son married off ASAP. Now, normally I like to hold off on getting them married. I'd like when my heirs age a bit. But if I'm not going to have that extra security of having a spare son, the security is going to come from having grandsons by this son. So let's get him married off. We're going to give my wife, what is it, the 3.5 years? We'll try to get her pregnant again. Hopefully the child doesn't have lover's pox, but... yeah. That would suck. I would feel so bad. Watch, we're gonna get an amazing son that fulfills all of my requirements, but he's gonna have lover's pox. Oh my god. That would suck. That would absolutely suck. Oh, this is a lion hunt, by the way, so we're hunting a lion. Not only because it's a great hunt, and I thought it would be fun, but it's also a symbolic hunt. Because we've basically destroyed House Lannister, and House Lannister's sigil is the lion, of course, so I have a vendetta against the lions. We're gonna slaughter every lion in the land. Oh, did you see that? The king of the Iron Throne, the king of the Iron Throne is here. He's at my hunt. There he is, with that sly look in his eye. My liege Magon is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking delphiniums. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Do we reprimand the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and we tell him to get back on his horse? Are we accuse him of being a witch? No, let's not do that. Let's not. He's actually intimidated by us. That's funny. I'll take a little bit of stress. We're gonna relieve a bunch at the end of the event, so I'll take a little bit of stress, and I'll get some learning lifestyle experience. I'll take that. let's not antagonize the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. The success chance hasn't really gone down at all. Oh, look at us. My world narrows to the nature surrounding us as we follow the dogs across the rough ground on the scent of the fleeing lion. Bearing down on the trail, all I hear is the thunder of hooves, dogs barking, and men shouting. Look at us. We are so determined. We're getting that lion. We're gonna murder it. We're gonna mount its head on our wall. We can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the sparse pines. Lions in a pine forest? Does that sound, like, not right to anybody else? Like, it would make sense for lions to be native to Dorne, but in the Westerlands? Or in the West? I don't know. Empty-handed. We didn't get it. Crap. I was doing a slay beast intent too, so... And the success chance was 80%. We failed an 80% success chance. Whatever. We got the stress relief. That's what I cared about. Somebody wants to travel to the north. He's very competent. Somebody wants to forge something wondrous, and his skill is legendary. I don't have a lot of money kicking around right now. I would like to start saving up for the wars that we're going to fight. This guy wants to make a shield too, and he's considered legendary. Wow. All of these things that are begging me to spend money. And I'm really tempted. I'm so tempted to spend money, but even if I wanted to, I don't have it. I guess we can inspire one. I'm doing it. This guy wants to forge something wondrous. It better be wondrous. If it's not wondrous, you're getting out. We're gonna kick him out. A brooch? A crown? Or a goblet? Let's check them out. Let's check them out, guys. Let's be stingy here. Crowns, if they turn out well, are very good. So I wouldn't be against getting a crown. What about, a brooch? Not really interested in a brooch. It's either between a goblet or a crown. Now, we have a goblet here. Lord Tywin's goblet, so I'm willing to replace this. That's why I'm considering it. Because it's not giving me a lot of modifiers, and I think we could do better, but crown or goblet? Crown or goblet? Let me take a look at my crown one more time. Building construction cost, courtier and guest opinion, prestige. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a lion by the toe. I'm doing a goblet. You guys are probably so pissed, but I'm doing a goblet. I want to replace Lord Tywin's goblet. I don't want to have Tywin's goblet. I want my own goblet. I want a Fairgrave goblet. Generous liege and lose some income? No thanks. A whole bunch of people coming in and paying homage to me? Ooh, look at this. He wants us to be his steward after all. We've been so nice to him. Like, so we deserve this. And this is going to increase my income significantly. Watch that number go up. 31.1. Now, 35.1. Hell yeah. We get more domain taxes, more just a flat increase to our taxes, a percentage increase to our domain, our personal domain taxes, and more cheaper building costs. My wife wants me to kill... She wants me to kill a wolf for her. Okay. So we have no problems against wolves, but we seem to have difficulties with lions. You can pay homage to our liege lord. He made us his steward, so you know what? Or we are now the master of coin. Let's go demonstrate our submission very quickly. It's only going to cost me 8 gold. That's nothing. Now, very quickly, before we get to the Red Keep, let's compare our throne room, which is pretty cool. I love the throne room. I love it. I like the red and gold motif. I like just the uniqueness of it, like how we're inside of a mountain. Gives me, like, dwarf vibes from, like, Lord of the Rings, like, things built into mountains. I like it. And it's just a very defensible castle. It's probably one of my favorite castles. I didn't like how it was depicted in the actual show. Like, they talk about Casterly Rock the entire show, like, through all of the seasons of the show. And then at the very end, like, towards the end of the series, when you finally get to see Casterly Rock, it is so underwhelming. This version is so much better. I love this version of Casterly Rock. Such a cool castle. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's compare that throne room to what we're gonna see. What is eventually going to become our future throne room, like, down the road. And I'll be honest, guys, I like our throne room better. Come on, man, quit lollygagging. I'm gonna leave my wife. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. We want this to turn out well. I don't want it to get reduced in quality. Wifey! What? Leave him alone. I'm trying to romance you right now. You've got other things to focus on. Money. I'll spend the money. Stop taking all my money, game. I'm trying to save up. Alright, now let's compare it to this throne room. I like it. It's cool. The throne room itself is really cool. And I feel like... Oh, wow, it's bigger than I thought. But, oh, wow, look at this tapestry. It's massive. All of these tapestries are massive. Like, it's a cool throne room, and, like, at least in the show, there are pillars, like, even further in, like, more central to the room. But I like the more open, like, layout of this version. But the one downside is that the actual throne isn't the Iron Throne. I don't understand this. I tried looking in the Steam for a mod that mods in the actual Iron Throne, but I couldn't find one. Maybe you guys can leave me some suggestions in the comments. If there's a mod that mods in the Iron Throne, I will definitely get it. And another thing I'm noticing is that the Lord has never been here. Every time we've come to pay homage, the Lord is never here. Is it like bugging out or something? It's like I'm kneeling to this guy. I'm not kneeling to anybody. The Queen shows up. You know, she's doing her job. She's showing up. But both throne rooms are pretty cool. I really like this mod, and I really like that they modeled all the different throne rooms. Eventually, when we start conquering the Iron Islands, I'm not going to do it. I'll just look it up online. Like, I'll look it up on what the Pyke throne room looks like. Because I was considering, ooh, let me just put my capital here for, like, a day or something. Or, you know, just so I can see the throne room. But I can always just look it up. But we're fabricating a claim against Pyke. We're going to fight this soon. We are now a traveler, which is a trait we didn't have yet. Very nice. That Liberty faction is still here, but it's very much weaker. I need this stress relief, but there's a chance we might hurt ourselves. I think we'll be fine. You greatly reduce your stress. I really needed that. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws. He's being... What kind of stag is he being attacked by? A carnivorous stag? Wow. That's really funny. This guy's being a man-eating stag is attacking him. Once this romance scheme is over, I'm going to start swaying these leftover guys who decided to not leave the faction. But it's not a really big threat anymore. Everybody left, basically. It's just these two hangers-on. So, just very quickly, guys, do you realize, like, now that every time we have to travel to the Red Keep, like, it's a really long journey, and as a result of it being a longer journey, we hit more events along the journey? So earlier in the campaign, when paying homage to our liege, or just talking to our liege at all, was a very short trip, where, like, we'd maybe hit 1 or 2 events along the way. But since we have to travel so much further, it's, like, more dangerous, so... And now you understand a little bit better why, like, early in the series, I kept saying, like, all these people keep dying because they're constantly traveling, and I don't want to fall into the same trap, so we'll pay homage to our liege when we feel it's necessary, and we'll petition them when we feel it's necessary, because every one of these trips is a risk. You're risking your life. So we have to be very careful, guys. The AI gets everybody killed because the AI is stupid, but we have to play it smart. So that's something else to keep in mind now that we're a little bit more powerful and our liege lord is no longer right next door to us. We've got a very busy court going on here. A lot of petitioners, a lot of people paying homage. He was coming asking for me to help him disband a Liberty faction, but I was like, you either give me money or I don't do it. And he refused, so. Your loss, man. We got our claim against Pyke. And I just got the nickname The Wise. Thank you, game. I'll take that as a compliment. So we just got the claim against Pyke. I'm not going to fight the war yet. We can basically declare the war at any time. The Greyjoys are nothing. Look how weak they are. They have 2,000 men. That is nothing. So we can invade them whenever, anytime that we want. We have the claim now. So I'm going to use my Septim's time now to very quickly get this claim on the duchy, or this lordship of Deepden. I need to create another duke here. It's one of the ones that I wasn't able to get earlier. So let's get that. I got the nickname The Wise. My liege, have you heard what they call you? They call you Lord Redmond the Wise. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and nobles alike. It's considered sensible to ask for your opinion if you can be coaxed into giving it. Damn right! Thank you, game. So we got him in... Our last ruler was the Kind, and now this one is the Wise. He's a wise ruler. Maybe he wasn't so wise in getting himself lover's pox, but let's not talk about that. Let's forget about that. It never happened. This guy's bothering him. These challenges look pretty tough. Let's try the diplomacy. Wifey, how much can you help me? Not by much. Just leave him alone. Why are these people trying to get in the way of my goblet? Stop getting in the way. Oh, this is something I forgot to mention. This isn't surprising me, guys. This is something I learned, and there were so many things to talk about, so I forgot. My daughter has cancer, and I don't expect her to live very long. I'm being asked how I want to treat her cancer. Is there really any way to actually treat it? Be cautious. Whoops. I think we're going to lose this daughter. And that's going to be a stressful event. My daughter is dying of cancer, and we're sitting here trying to romance our wife. And my wife just farted, and she wants us to take the blame. I'll take the blame for you, wife, if you give me another child. I'll take the blame. She wasn't the one who farted, so she didn't. I took the blame for no reason. Still give me a son, though, please. $18 months, and I have to move my steward. Two more years. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. There we go. Somebody who's actually going to improve the quality. He's a count. This guy's actually a count underneath the Duke that I'm going to be creating, the Duke of Denslane, when I fabricate this claim. He's not going to be my direct vassal for much longer. He's going to be under this Duke, so do I want to edit his contract? Do I? Or do I want to be his friend? I'm sorry, I thought I was getting a hook. Do I want to be his friend? gonna take some stress because I'm shy. Fine. I inherited something. You inherited the province of Crimson Field. I inherited a barony. This is a barony. I don't need a barony. It's a castle. This is why I can hold it. So I can I'm allowed to hold this because it's a castle, but I don't want it. I'm not gonna tie down my domain limit with a barony. It might be very valuable because it's on very developed land, but it's not built up. It's a castle holding level 1. I would have to upgrade, spend a bunch of money upgrading the castle, so on and so forth. So I would have to spend a lot of money to really see any benefits from this, so I'm just going to give it away. My domain limit is going to stay open for more important things, like taking and holding Pyke. I want that. And let's not forget that Pyke is a... It has a special building here, Pyke. It's a special building. Holder of this holding, Marshal per level of fame. So per every level of fame, I get some Marshal skill. Monthly prestige plus 10%. Army gold maintenance minus 5%. That'll be helpful once my my armor starts getting bigger. So I really want to hold on to that. Take advantage of special buildings. And it's already pretty well developed. It's castle holding level 5. Hey, wait a minute. The picture here for the background, I think this is one of the mods I'm using. It has this version, but in front of us is a different version. This is the one I remember from the show. And I'll be honest, guys, I don't really understand the design, like the design like philosophy behind Pyke, because it doesn't really make any sense. If you siege one of the castles, you're basically sieging all of them. Unless they can get like naval supplies, I guess that's a possibility. They are the Greyjoys, and they do have a good navy. So unless these castles can be supplied some way from the sea, if you're sieging one of the castles, you're sieging every single one of them, you know? There's not really much point to all the subdivisions, but whatever. It's... No, I'm not a big fan of the design philosophy of Pyke. I mean, it's cool looking, don't get me wrong. And I guess that's what really matters in our imaginations, what they look like. But Casterly Rock looks cool, and it's a practical castle. It makes sense. It's pretty basic. A castle built on the top of a hill or a mountain, that's very historical. Why am I being presented? Oh my god, another one. Another time where somebody farted. I'm not taking the blame this time. I'm not taking the blame. I took the rap for one fart. I'm not taking a rap for another fart. It turned out to be pretty much exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It's the same damn thing. Well, we're going to put this one up instead because we don't want Tywins. Anything that reminds us of House Lannister, we're replacing. Oh, here's my grandson. What are you doing here, kid? Oh, can't see you. The menu cuts you off. Room to rule. This will help my son. We gave him a diplomacy education, so he's probably going to go up in diplomacy. He got +2 diplomacy. It's not bad. This romance scheme is taking forever. Come on. I want to bang you before it's over. There we go. You lay with Lady Jacine. And she's my soulmate. Kind of late in the game. kind of late in our relationship to realize we're soulmates, but I had to do everything I can. Our level of fame just went up. Now that I'm not scheming against her, let's try to get rid of this Liberty faction once and for all. By the way, opinions are getting better over time. This short reign penalty that we're suffering is going away as time goes by. And this unpreferred heir penalty that we're suffering as well. Apparently these two guys didn't like that I took the throne as opposed to one of my other brothers. But that penalty is going away as well. So this Liberty faction is just going to ebb away and go away on its own. Well, she didn't get pregnant at the end of the romance. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I have been a good vassal to you, but surely you will understand that I have subjects of my own, too. My current contract is very restrictive. Surely you would see the wisdom in making it more lenient, and besides, you do owe me. This guy had a hook on me? Is this somebody whose title I need to revoke at some point? No. I don't like that he got title revocation protection in his contract, but I don't intend on revoking his title at any point, so I guess it's not all bad. It probably would have been smarter for him to edit his contributions in some way, because he is my direct vassal. He's directly under me as the Duke of Casterly Rock. Control is looking really good in my realm. All of my vassals are doing their jobs. Oh, something that I wanted to point out. Look at this, guys. For any fans of the prequel show, House of the Dragon. Look, House Valyrian is here. House Valyrian is in my realm. The old, the true, the brave. So one of the houses of Old Valyria, it has land and is a vassal in my realm. Look at that, guys. I don't know how they got to our realm all the way from originally owning Driftmark. I don't know how they ended up over here, but that's what happened. House Valyrian. I can afford to do another inspiration here. Somebody wants to forge a crown. He's already my artificer, so I'm not going to be bringing anybody new in. So I'll definitely sponsor that. And two people want to go on adventures. This guy wants to go to the north. He's very competent. This guy wants to go to the Vale. He's legendary. This guy's legendary too. Look at all these legendary items that people want to make. I'm going to inspire all the legendary ones. Let's remember, once all of these are done, to go through my courtiers and start, you know, telling people to leave, because every time I sponsor something, especially if it's a new person, they're becoming my courtiers, and I don't want to bloat my court with people, because the more people you bring into your court, the more people can possibly be turned against you or made spies or become agents in schemes against you. So you want a decent sized court, but not one that's like too big, because a really big court becomes a liability at a certain point. You know what? I'll take a skull or a hide, since that hunt that we were going on failed, and we didn't get a new skull or something. Because I have a space for a skull that I can replace. This one's only a masterwork, and I'm not a big fan of it. Let's hope we get something better. I lost a caravan master. forgive all the things, forgive all the spam that we're getting of people coming to pay homage. Like, I can stop it, but why would I do that? You know, why would I stop people from coming and giving me things? Oh, look at this. My son is becoming a hunter. That's good for him. He's going to get some stress loss bonuses. And while he's under the control of the AI, that'll help him not to have mental breaks or anything. And since we're just saving money for wars, and all I'm really doing here is just spending a bunch of money, I'm going to go on a pilgrimage. We don't have the pilgrim trait, and I would like to improve my level of devotion. We'll do a very close pilgrimage. We'll go to whatever this one is, I forgot. Mudgrave, that's it. We'll approach along the coast. We'll hit these places along the way. We'll stop off at River Run. We'll get this bonus. We'll get some diplomacy lifestyle experience. I can visit Fairport. I gain some Wanderer experience. Yeah, let's hit them all. Treacherous villain. Oh, this is the guy that's making the armor. See, this is a great example. This is the guy that I just inspired to do this thing for me. And he's a treacherous villain. He's sadistic. This character is very dishonorable and is significantly more likely to start hostile schemes. Abuse their position, send blackmail, use the Find Secrets Counselor task, withhold hostages, and betray their friends and spouses. So this is a great example of somebody that I just brought in to make me an item that we should probably tell to get out after it's all done. I'm not going to give him the job. I'm not giving him the job of Caravan Master. I'm not doing it. I'll give it to my sis. Forest Guide, please. I can increase the fidelity. I don't have the Pilgrim trait yet. And we'll do this for reflection. Customize the route. And then on the way back, we'll hit River Run. And we'll hit Fairport. Alright. 443 gold to do this. I'm gonna be bankrupt, but for a second. Alright, I'll get you married, son, in how many years? Probably like 2 more. 1 more year. My wife didn't get pregnant again. I did everything I could. Actually, one thing that I forgot to do is when I went into the diplomacy lifestyle, and I'm actually surprised some of you didn't call me out on this. I should have done family focus to increase my fertility a little bit. I probably could have increased the odds of having more children by doing this instead, but I was more, I guess at the time when I made the decision, I was like, yeah, I just took the throne with this guy, and getting more diplomacy would help with opinions a little bit more. So I was prioritizing improving opinions over having more kids. But, you know. You know, in hindsight is always 20/20, so. Slaughters a charging wolf, thank you. Improves the quality of his item. And we're losing wolves. He's slaughtering wolves and we're losing them. Along the paths of the Holy Land, I've met with all kinds of pilgrims, both young and old. It's as if I'm witnessing a tapestry of my own life play out before me. Silver hair and wrinkled skin always seemed so distant until they came to me. Can't help but feel that this pilgrimage may be my last. Yeah, it might. I don't know. Learning challenge. Wifey, can you help me learn some stuff? Existential dread. I gained some stress. Of course I did. And now we're losing it. Do we want to get another stewardship, or do we want to get another learning, increase our piety more for 15 years, which is a significant amount, and I can gain the open-minded perk, which is going to help with opinions just across the board. Let's do that. I haven't learned Valyrian. You can learn additional tongues without any penalties. I forgot. That reminds me. I haven't learned High Valyrian. Let's try to get open-minded. I got it. Very good. Let's learn High Valyrian. So we're a pilgrim now, which is good. Even though we're a non-believer secretly, we're just trying to... we're putting on a good show. Even though he technically doesn't believe, remember? He is a non-believer. Is it possible to get rid of that? I think I should know that. Is it possible to get rid of it? I can invite this maester. I already have a maester. I'm not trying to get him. Our level of splendor went up. We are now significant. So what is this, a grand niece? Or an whatever. I'm not good with the titles of family stuff, but she's cool. She's got 3 congenital traits. I think she officially might be the best Fairgrave, with at least as far as the amount of congenital traits that she has. Like, she doesn't have genius or anything, but that's quite impressive. All of these items are going to, like, finish at the same time, so we're just going to get spammed with a bunch of items finishing. Again, a bunch of piety. Now we're a paragon of virtue. You just killed a wabbit, and we got paid for it. Ah, that's a long one. That's a mouthful. Hide of the renowned stag of Wedgekeep. That's what he came back with. It is better than what we've got. Oh, no, I can't even put it up. I can't even put it up, because that's not where it goes. It goes right here. Or no. What the hell? Where do I put it up? Do I put it up with these banners? That's where it goes. It's a different slot altogether. So that was kind of a waste of money. I'm getting some of it back. So who made me that? Who brought that back to me? Because he's definitely leaving. I'll wait till all the items are done to start getting rid of them. Let me see if I have any artificer slots open. I do. And I just lost an artificer. And he was on the adventure And all that money that I spent on it is now down the drain. See? She died. Taking 19 stress because of it. I feel bad, daughter, because she was a genius. It would have been nice to get her married off and start having more Dynasty members with the genius trait. But we called it. Alright, let's see how much better this is. He made a shield. That can take this spot. Renown, prestige, court grandeur. Yes. It's my house banner. Let's take a look at it. How it turned out. Nice. Why does it look like it has bullet holes in it? There's like studs for some reason. Oh no, I guess they're the securing of the like the strapping on the inside of the shield for like your arm, you know? I guess that's what it is. I'm completely making this up as I go along. Now, even though he gave me a great item, we know for a fact that this guy's not sticking around. This is the treacherous villain. So this is a magnificent shield, my friend. Thank you so much. Now get out. You treacherous villain. Won't have you sneaking around my court, scheming. Alright, my wife has a little bit more time, and then we're getting him married off. We're getting to the conquest, guys, I promise. We're getting there. He has an alliance with somebody. A duchy... where? Oh, it's also in the Iron Islands. Or not. Where are you, sir? Oh, this teeny weeny little island that I never noticed. I never noticed that. That's his ally? This guy all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? I'm not concerned. Let's get ready for this war. I would like to save up a little bit more because I think my army's going to be super duper expensive when I raise it up. So I want to have enough money in the bank to make sure I don't go into debt. Maybe like 800 gold, something like that. Why is this 14-year-old girl one-legged? He might be a good knight. He's a bold zealot. He doesn't have a scary personality. He's a little arrogant, but... You know what? I'll make him my knight. And I'll give him the artificer position. This guy's my court smith. And this is the other guy that we're going to tell to leave. Even though he has a great personality, I will admit, he's got a pretty good personality. He's got some good skills, but he's never going to have a position on my council or anything like that. He's never going to be a landed person. I'm not going to land him at all. So I don't need him. My precious Valyrian notes are scattered all over my study, and the ink-soaked raven is still flapping its wings all over. How did it even get in here? Who covered it in ink? A letter for you, my lord. I turn around and snatch the message out of my servant's hands. A real shame what happened to your notes, but look on the bright side. Your writing was already similar to Crow's feet. He becomes my rival. He becomes my rival no matter what. That's... He deserves to die. We start a murder scheme. He's obese. He's an adulterer. He's melancholic. He's a sodomite. Should just revoke his title. And we're gonna become rivals with him. I don't want to murder him. Like, I don't care that much. But we just gained a rival. Son of a... Why did you have to go and make a stupid decision like that, man? Why did you have to go and do that? Alright, we're almost to 800 goals. We're almost to 800 gold. I promise Conquest, and we're gonna get it. Now, we are prepared for this. We have the strength in numbers. We're gonna have the money. And we have the right to declare war against other fellow vassals of the Iron Throne. Because remember, we have war declaration sanctioned in our contract with our liege lord. So we're raring to go. We're prepared. Our army is definitely stronger. It seems like they're getting stronger and stronger as time goes by. But so are we. I guess I can give that to my son, but I think I gave my son a bunch of things. He might be full up on all of his trinkets, but I'll give him something. Let's increase his prestige a little bit by giving him this rabbit's paw. I don't need this brooch anymore because my wife's not having any more children. So, let's get our son married. I said I would. Well, actually, hold on, guys. I'm getting distracted. Too many things happening at once. I'm going to unequip this brooch. I'm going to equip something else. Get this ribbon. Repair it. This ribbon gives me more renown. I'll give this brooch to my son. Increase his fertility. And make sure that the wife that I give him starts giving him children as soon as possible. So, gift him the brooch. And we'll gift him regalia. Or this will increase his spouse opinion. So his wife will love him even more. Alright, we'll do that. I'm spending money that I didn't really want to spend, but it's okay. Alright, son, we're setting you up. We're setting you up nice. We're giving you a bunch of things, and we're going to give you a wife. Because that's what dads do. They look out for their sons. They look out for their well-being. Alright, we're not marrying a stupid idiot, or a stupid lady. We're going to find somebody with traits. I'm a genius, or he's a genius. Let's try to branch out a bit. I want her to be not that much older or younger than him. Around his age would be nice. There's a woman here with an intelligence trait and a strength trait. A beauty trait and fecund. So that's funny. Her two congenital traits increase her fertility, but one of her personality traits reduces her fertility. There's a genius here. A beautiful woman here. And I didn't like her. This is pretty much what we're limited to, guys. I need her to be young. I can't let her be... She can't be too much older, because I need to increase this beautiful imbecile. Intelligent. She has to have good skills, too. Wow, she's really nice, but she's not bringing something new. Lustful, yeah. She's great until this, and her skills don't impress me either. I have to be really picky, guys. Whenever it comes to my sons, I am super picky about this. She's a little bit older than him. Want a young wife. Just thinking in silence. Forgive me, guys. This is, when I'm doing things, like, I don't want to just rush through this and just settle for somebody and regret it later down the line, and just because I didn't think it through or I felt like I was being rushed. I don't want to rush. I think I'm leaning on that Herculean woman. I really think I am. Her skills don't impress me that much. That's the one downside. And her personality is great up until this point, but I guess Lustful will see them having more children. It's just that she might get secrets, she might cheat on him, she might do a whole bunch of stuff. She might have illegitimate children, you never know. But she's of the age that I like. Her skills leave a little bit to be desired. But the biggest thing that she's got going for her is this new trait that I don't have. It's the highest level. This alliance is meaningless to me. But they're both gregarious, so they have matching personalities. I'll do it. She's 21, that's a good age. She's young enough. She's younger than him. I think it's a good choice, guys. I think it'll be fine. After this board game, we're declaring war. Finally. Okay. So my son's married. We have enough money. It's wartime. It's slaughtering time. He has no allies. It's only going to cost me 50 prestige to do this. That's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So check this out, lords and ladies. Our first conquest outside of our homeland, I guess, quote unquote, you could say. Like, technically our homeland is Fair Island, but this is our home kingdom, so our familiar territory. We are now leaving the boundaries of our familiar territory. We are entering foreign kingdom, like our first foreign conquest, So this is a momentous day for us. The Ironborn will pay. They will lose their capital instantly. We got that claim inside our realm, so we can revoke that title and create the duchy. Now, this is going to be interesting, guys. Let's, very quickly, let me discuss what I'm going to do now. Check this out. So, what I'm going to have my Septon doing is we're going to start fabricating claims against some of these individual vassals. As you can see, like, if you look at all the other kingdoms, they're all contiguous, like, inside the realm. But the Crownlands is all broken up for some reason. Not quite understanding why this is the case, but I will be fighting individual little vassals here, so I can start fabricating claims. which is what we're going to start doing. Getting all these claims on these little counties here. And we can start working for a duchy. We already have a piece of it. So I'm utilizing this little piece of my realm that I have here to speed up getting these claims in the area. And I think this is going to be very valuable for us because we're going to get a toehold or a foothold in the Crownlands. So our realm is going to be very close to King's Landing. So, and because I have this little land here, I can raise my armies here. I don't have to trek across Westeros in order to get where I want to go. If we start declaring wars over here, I could just raise them right here. Plus, it's pretty developed over here as well. Not too much, not ridiculously much, but a little bit. You know, we can work on it. So I'm going to start fabricating claims against these. And remember, these are individual people. I'm not fighting I'm not fighting the Lord of the Seven Kingdoms for these. At least I don't think so. At least I don't think so. That's the theory. So let's fabricate a claim and we'll get it. If we have trouble when it comes time to declare this war, and it's like when it comes time to declare war and the game tells us, oh, you're declaring war against him. You're not just declaring war against him, you're declaring war against him. If that's the case, we won't do it. But if it's just against him, which is what I'm thinking, we could do it. So we start taking lands in the Crownlands and start getting closer and closer to King's Landing. But let's focus on this war, one war at a time. And I think it'll be nice for us to kind of spread ourselves between two different theaters. Because while we're fighting one war over here, and we're waiting for truces to end with the Iron Islands, we can fight wars over here, so we can utilize our time more efficiently. And fight multiple wars at a time. Look at this, we go into negative 68 gold to have my armies raised. My army is really expensive. And one of the key factors in that is the Knights of the Rock. Look how they're so expensive. They cost 3.17 gold, and that's just having one regiment, or one unit in the regiment. So, armies are very expensive. We need to be very, very rich to fight extended wars. We're at 54%. Let's hope we can end this war before we go into significant amounts of debt. I'm going to split my army. Let's fight another battle. That'll improve the war score too. Both of my armies have siege weapons. We built our army in such a way that both armies can siege, so I don't have to worry about sending a particular army. Did we catch somebody valuable? Nobody that increased the war score, but we captured somebody. Because I'm shy, this birthday party, I won't get a gift. The gifts from birthday parties usually suck anyway. And I'm gonna ransom some people if I have them, because I need some money to fund this war. Ooh, we're getting close to an hour, guys. Wow, why? Whenever I'm enjoying an episode, I look at the clock and we're almost done. Come on. I want to keep playing. But at least we're going to get this conquest. We're not going to end it until at least this gets done. And it better be done soon. I'm going into debt. We discovered standing armies, which we do not need to utilize right now. Our army is already too big for us to really handle, so increasing it even more is just going to make it worse. I should have put my marshal on organize army. And I have to move my steward. So many things to do, guys. I'm trying my best. Please let this siege end it. We're sieging the main castle. Come on. 77. We seized an artifact. We can sell it. Is there any more to this castle? No, there isn't. Selling a few of these things just to help my money a little bit. Need the money. %. One more. Please, please. 98. Are you serious? %. Wow, that was really quick. We got that claim really quickly. Until I get more money again, I'm not gonna fabricate another claim. There we go. So now we own Pyke, one of the famous castles of Westeros. It's ours. The capital of the Iron Islands. We already took it. Now that we have this and we're going to hold on to it personally, I have to increase the control here. Once we increase the control, we'll get the total value out of this, like the complete value. And after we're done increasing the development in Clifton, I'll start promoting my culture here. We want the Iron Islands to become Fair Islander culture. Their capital moved to Dualwood? Is that how you pronounce that? Or Dual Tree? Oh no, the holding is Dual Tree. The county is Dualwood. Alright, whatever. Nobody's ever heard of it. So there we go. We've took our first tentative, or not tentative, bold. Our first bold steps outside our realm. So that's excellent, guys. Let's ransom some prisoners. Let's tell them to get out. And we'll wrap up the episode there, guys. I think that's a good place to end. We'll end it in debt. I guess this means that I'm not going to have the luxury of being able to spend any money between the episodes, which I have a tendency to do. So there's going to be none of that. Riga may continue to practice drowned gods in secret. Oh, just had a hiccup. Okay. Let her delude herself. If she wants to believe that the drowned god is the real one, let her believe it. Ooh, I should have started swaying my rival. Or is that who I'm swaying? I'm not. I don't need to sway this guy anymore. Let's start swaying our rival. Let's get that started, too. Luckily, he is intimidated by us. That does help and protects us a little bit against him possibly scheming against us. And our... Ooh, we have to start converting this, too. We have to do that. So we got this claim against Rollingford. Let's see. You cannot declare war while in debt. I can't answer the question. But I'm pretty sure it's just a war against the Count. It's not going to be against our Liege Lord. Even though he's technically the king of the Crownlands. See? But we'll find out. That's all for next episode. I'm not going to have a very, very busy realm management because I don't have a lot of money to spend, but I'll get people married off and educate kids and all the normal things that I typically do. We got our son married off, so we want them to start having children as soon as possible. They've been married for 2 years so far. And nothing has happened yet? And we have to revoke this title. But we'll do all that next episode, guys. That's going to be the end of this one. That is the end. A new situation appeared? Well, you're going to have to wait. Alright, lords and ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you're glad that we're getting back to getting Conquest again. And a glorious conquest it's going to be, because we're going to take all the Iron Islands. We've taken our first step. And it was a pretty easy, it was just very expensive. So we have to keep that in mind. Start saving up a little bit more money. Stop spending so much on on artifacts that I might not necessarily need in the moment, but I'm just always so tempted by those. But we have a lot of work ahead of us. More conquests to look forward to in the next episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. If you are not subbed to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us for future episodes of my series, and I will see you guys next time. Episode 17. Episode 17 will be coming at you soon, but until then, have a good one, guys.